So I've been wanting to make a video about this topic for months. It's been on my brain. I'm pretty sure I've written notes about it somewhere. And today is the last Friday of my first artist residency. I am currently sitting in my very own artist studio in Antigua, Guatemala. And I thought about setting up and doing all the things to make this video, and I literally don't feel like it. I don't feel like putting on makeup. I don't feel like getting all done up to make this video. And I think it's because on a base level, this video is for me. This video is about the art of starting over. And the reality of that is you just have to do it. You just have to start. You just have to make a decision wherever you are with whatever you have. And I just had to remind myself of that. When I applied to this program, it was because I had just went to my first film festival in June, the American Black Film Festival, and I posted about it and I said, a goal of mine is to attend a writing residency. And from that one post, several people reached out to me. Hey, have you heard of this collective? They do these workshops and I've been to them and they're really good. You should check one out. Somebody else was like, hey, I have a bunch of friends who are in this space and they might love to meet with you. And a friend of mine was like, hey, I think you should check out this program that I did earlier this year. You might really love it. When I saw that message, I was like, oh, I would have never thought of going to Guatemala for my first residency. I would just want to go somewhere in the damn woods or something, but why not? And they had an application that was due probably a week later. And so that weekend, I was like, I'm gonna do this application and see what happens. And I applied and I got in. And now I'm here. And that is it. That is it. And this year I've been kind of working through my perception of myself and even having the confidence to call myself an artist in any type of form. Although I have always been creative and I've always been somebody who likes to make things and appreciates art, I've never fully felt comfortable calling myself an artist, even though that's exactly what and who I am. And right before I left to come here, the morning of, I did my nails. They look like this. And when I think about it, nails were really my first canvas. I started doing nails when I was maybe 11, 10. I've always loved them, even younger than that. But around that age was when YouTube popped up and people started doing these tutorials of designs. And I remember the very first design that I learned how to do was polka dots. And I used a toothpick and whatever nail polish I had, and I made some polka dots on my nails. And as I was getting ready to come here, I thought about that. I thought about the fact that I never needed a lot to start. I just needed the desire to create. And that desire to create would lead me to making whatever I could with whatever I had. I had no money. I was 11. So literally, I used toothpicks and nail polish. And then eventually, Tumblr came around. And then nail art was even more of a thing. And it was like, oh, I can look at this picture and I can replicate it. Oh, I could have this idea and I could put it on my nails. Oh, I love this cartoon. Let me make a mini version of it on my nails. And I guess as I've gotten older, I didn't realize that I could have larger canvases. I didn't realize I could have bigger visions. I didn't realize that there are things that I could create and keep for myself, like nails. And they're my own personal pieces of artwork that I look at. I've worked at salons. I don't necessarily know that I love doing that. And that experience has made me more empathetic towards people and whatever journeys they have to getting where they are in life. As I'm getting older, I'm returning back to my childlike self and realizing that I never needed much. I just need myself. And I can always figure it out. I can always find a way. It's funny because before I came here, I remember being in the airport and I recorded a video that I was like, yo, I really wish I could be the type of person that travels with literally the shirt on their back, one pair of pants, and the shoes they got, and they're good to go. Like, I wish I could be that person because I always have been an overpacker. I've always carried a lot of stuff every time I travel. And it's like my parents, my mom will always be like, yo, are you moving there? Why do you have all of this stuff? And it wasn't until I got here, got to this space, got to my room, and I was like, why do I have all this stuff? It's too much. It's too much. I have too many clothes. I have too many things. Granted, I don't believe you could ever have too many books, but I did bring quite a few books, more than I have actually been able to read. But you can never have too many books. I definitely would have carried about 50% less stuff to come here, because literally this is how I showed up, with a hoodie and this bandana. This is how I showed up to this house, and this is how I feel most like myself. This is how I feel most creative in this moment in particular. This is what I have on, and this is the moment that I felt like saying this. I didn't feel like putting on makeup. I didn't feel like getting dressed up. No, because the reality is, when you are creating and when you are starting over, they're kind of one and the same. When you're making a new thing, you're starting from scratch. When you're entering a new era of your life, you're low-key starting from scratch. Granted, like yes, you have all of your experiences, you have all of your things internally, but the beauty and the art of starting over is that you only need yourself. And I could have done a whole like step by step, and you should start here, and you, bitch, who the hell am I? Who the hell am I to tell you what to do? Okay, but this is really for me first. This message is for me. Para me. So I've been watching some Eartha Kitt interviews while I've been out here. And in one of those videos, she literally talks about the fact that we all buy so much stuff. We all buy way more stuff than we need. And there comes a point in everybody's life when you really realize that, when you really have the understanding that the things that make life most precious are the most simple. Prior to me coming here, I think I put a lot of pressure on myself to do something, to have a hard thing that I could share. When it's like, I have been generally very blocked in my art. I've felt very blocked in my creative expression because I've been putting expectations on myself that really don't fucking matter. They really don't matter. Like, me creating and all of the things that I want to make are because I want to see them in the world. Anything that I've been really proud of that I've created or that I've done is because I did it for myself first. It's because I didn't see it and I didn't feel seen. And so I decided to create. Even me making a YouTube channel was because I was consuming a lot of content that didn't reflect what I cared about, if I'm being completely honest. And even in making a YouTube channel, I started creating and then I blocked myself again because I put more expectations of myself. Nobody cares, girl. Nobody cares. And that's actually the beauty. That's actually the beauty of YouTube, is because at first, nobody cares. So you really do need to be making it for yourself first. That's just what it is. It's like, make the stuff that you want to see because people probably not going to watch it anyway. Anyway, I'm just very grateful for this experience. And again, I put certain ideas in my mind of what I should come out of this with. But first of all, I've been learning Spanish. That's a whole journey in itself. That's like a lifelong journey in itself that I've started or restarted. I've been learning Spanish from a woman out here who is from Guatemala, and we've become so connected over the past 10 days. And this week, we started meeting up in different places or at cafes or walking around the area and just talking. And so I haven't really spent as much time in this space. But when I think about it, those experiences are valuable. I needed to be immersed in this city, in this culture. I needed to get outside to actually be immersed in this new world. And through our experiences getting outside of this house, I learned that she is in school getting her degree in psychology. And that's because she's been a Spanish teacher for years and years and years. But through being a Spanish teacher, she has formed these bonds and these connections with her students where it's like you get to know them on a deeper level and you understand what people's motivations are. She was saying how because the salaries in Guatemala are so low, everybody has 2-3 jobs just to survive. And I just think it's incredible for this woman who has kids, has had a life of knowing exactly what she's gonna do. She's a Spanish teacher. She knows the language. That's her native language. She's known that all of these years. Okay, I'm a Spanish teacher. But there is more. There is always more. Over the weekend, when I met up with my teacher at a cafe, I stuck around for some time, and at some point I met this older Black woman, 75 years old, from Pittsburgh. She came into the cafe because she saw me sitting there, and afterwards she told me that she walked past the cafe and came back because she was like, I wanted to talk to you. Because it's so rare to see people that look like us out here. And so we started talking, and she's telling me how she's been in Guatemala for 9 years. She's been a widow for 15 years. and has been really starting this new life here. 75 years old. She's a human rights activist. We talked about people being held in fear and that stopping people from speaking up for advocating for themselves in whatever spaces they are in, politically, romantically, in any type of situation that people might find themselves in. That fear holds people back, and that she's never allowed that to hold her back from putting herself out there, for saying the things that she wants to say. She's written several books. And so it's like, for me to even think that, oh, I'm not doing enough, I should be doing more while I'm out here, and like, girl, I've actually been doing a lot. I've been doing quite a lot. And I've been capturing so much on film and video, more than I do back home. I don't know what it is. No, I do know what it is. It's fear that holds me back from capturing as much as I probably want to back home, because I'm like, oh, like, I don't want to be that person who's always recording or taking a picture. But it's like, I genuinely see so much beauty in the world that I want to hold on to. It's like, I want to savor these moments. It's not even necessarily for content. It's just genuinely because I feel like these things are beautiful. These moments are beautiful. These people are beautiful. And I want to capture the moment. Whether or not I share it is a different story. I took a natural dye workshop where I learned about like natural fibers and colors, and I made something with my hands. And I was reminded of how therapeutic it is to create with my hands. So I say all of this to say, try. Just try. Try something different. Try something new. Try something that's way out of your comfort zone. Try something that the people who you know and who love you will probably be like, what is that? Try to go somewhere that you've never been. And you can do that wherever you are. You can go to a new museum. You can go to a new cafe. You can go to a new library. You can just spend time in the library and talk to somebody new. You can pick out a new book from the library. Shout out to the Brooklyn Public Library. Just try. And that's all I had to say. So, love you, mean it.